Gypsy Rose Blanchard wants everyone to believe in her happily ever after. Since her release from prison, she's been sharing her life with Ken Urker, showing everyone how in love they are and how everything is falling into place perfectly.
Do you feel like this is the one? This is the person for you that you were always meant to be with?
I do. I've always said Ken was my soulmate. So.
Yeah?
But I don't want to move too fast because,
Okay.
I want to pace myself. I don't want to put expectations and make things too heavy.
Yeah.
So we're just basically enjoying our time together and, hopeful for what the future has.
But sometimes, when a story sounds too perfect, you have to wonder if it's real. Today we are looking closely at two of Gypsy's videos, one where she cooks a romantic dinner for Ken and another where she shares her pregnancy news. At first, these videos seem like happy moments, but as you listen to what Gypsy says, you notice something strange. The words are the same praise, the same declarations of love, the same way of talking about Ken. It's like she's reading from a script, repeating over and over how much she loves him, almost as if she's trying to convince herself. But what happens when the words don't match the actions? Ken's behavior often doesn't fit the picture Gypsy paints. He's distant, uninterested, and at times frustrated. Gypsy seems to be trying so hard to make their love story real. But the more you look, the more you start to question it. Let's take a closer look at two key videos that Gypsy Rose Blanchard made. In the first video, she's cooking a romantic dinner for her boyfriend, Ken Urker, while in the second one, she's announcing her pregnancy. At first, both videos might seem like sweet glimpses into Gypsy's life, but when we look closer, something feels off. It's not just the similar language, it's the way she repeats the same ideas as though they're reading from a script, trying to convince everyone that her love story is real. Let's dive deeper into each of these videos and see how they overlap. Gypsy tries to do something nice for Ken. She says, "This is the first time that I will be cooking a dinner for him. Usually he's the one that's always like cooking for me. He does not know that I'm planning this romantic dinner tonight." She talks about her excitement, but soon the language turns repetitive, almost like she's reading a pre-written script. She says, "He has been amazing throughout these last couple of months, and adds, if I can do a few nice things for him to show my appreciation, then that's just a small bit of giving back what he's given me."
Hey everybody! So tonight I am cooking dinner for Ken. This is the first time that I will be cooking a dinner for him. Usually he's the one that's always like cooking for me. So he is at work right now and he does not know that I am planning this romantic dinner tonight.
The phrases about appreciation and Ken being amazing are repeated, and it starts to feel less like a natural expression of her emotions, more like she's performing for the camera. It's as though Gypsy is worried that Ken might leave her if she doesn't keep proving herself. The way she emphasizes how much she wants him to be happy feels almost desperate, as if she's trying to convince both Ken and the viewers that everything is perfect. Let's fast forward to the second video, where Gypsy announces her pregnancy. This is supposed to be an emotional moment, but the language is strikingly similar. She says, "Ken and I had a wonderful talk about the future for him and I, and we both agree that we both grew in broken homes. We are a family now, and as unconventional as this relationship and this child may have come from, I couldn't be happier." Again, there is a repeated idea of happiness and how wonderful everything is. She wants people to see her life as a picture perfect, even though the emotions she expresses feel flat and rehearsed.
Ken and I had a wonderful talk about the future for him and I, and we both agree that we both grew up in broken homes. I grew up without a father pretty much, and he grew up in a family where his parents got divorced, and I think we both agree that neither one of us wants our child to be in that kind of a situation.
In another part of the pregnancy video, she says, "It is such a blessing to find the person that you are meant to be with after going through so much." This almost identical to what she said in the Cooking for Ken video. "Ken and I have been through a lot together and apart, and it's such a blessing to find the person that you are meant to be with." The words are repeated almost word for word, like she's trying to drive home the idea that her relationship with Ken is fated and perfect.
It doesn't matter what we go through, him and I. Whatever we face, we'll face it together. Because we have a baby now. We have something that's bigger than either one of us. So whatever comes our way, whatever arguments we have, whatever drama gets thrown at us on social media, we're gonna stick together. We're not breaking because we are a family now.
It feels less like a genuine expression of her emotions and more like she's sticking to a script to convince everyone, and maybe herself, that everything is wonderful. Even when she's talking about the pregnancy itself, Gypsy's language is overly positive in a way that feels unnatural. She says, "We made a baby together, and that is such a blessing. I am so blessed in my life to have a family that loves me. A second chance at life, the man that I truly love back in my life, and we're starting our own family." That's something to hold on to and never let go. She keeps repeating how blessed she is, how wonderful it is to have Ken, and how everything is perfect.
We're having a baby. We made a baby together. And that is such a blessing. The fact that I am so blessed in my life to have a family that loves me, a second chance at life, the man that I truly love back in my life, and we're starting our own family.
But there's something missing behind her words, real emotion. She says she's blessed, but there are no tears, no raw feelings, just words that sound almost empty. When she talks about her feelings for Ken, she uses the same words over and over again. She says, "I am so in love with this man," and then later, "In the 5 years that we're separated, I was in pain. I couldn't get over him." Again, she's emphasizing how much she loves him, but it feels rehearsed. She wants to make sure everyone knows how much she loves Ken, but the way she says it doesn't change. It's the same words, the same tone, the same phrases. It feels like she's trying to create an image rather than share a genuine feeling. Why does Gypsy keep saying the same things in both videos? Maybe she thinks that if she repeats it enough, people will believe it's true. Maybe she even tried to convince herself. We hear the same words again and again. It starts to feel forced. It's like she's trying to tell a story of perfect love, a story that sounds nice but doesn't match what we see in her eyes. There is no real emotion, no tears, no moment where she's caught off guard by her feelings. Everything is too smooth, too perfect, too rehearsed. And that's the question we need to ask. If this is all real, why does it feel so scripted? Why does Gypsy feel the need to keep repeating herself? Could it be that she's not as sure about her relationship with Ken as she wants everyone to think? Let's look at how he acts in public. One time, Gypsy and Ken were seen at a sports game together. Gypsy was pregnant, and you might expect Ken to be caring or at least stay close to her. But instead, he walked ahead of her without even looking back or helping her. He didn't seem like he was interested in showing her any love at all.
So this picture is going around, and there are a lot of people saying, why is she sitting in the back of the car? Why isn't she sitting in the front? Well, hello, people. There is someone in the front seat next to Ken. And
it's not just when they are out in public either. When Ken has been asked in the interviews about his relationship with Gypsy, he doesn't have much to say. One time, he asked if they are going to get married. Instead of saying something nice or sweet, Ken said he wasn't sure.
Are we married? No.
Hi, New Zealand. Hi, Karma. Hi,
I might be
Courtney.
proposing soon. Not yet.
I don't want to know. La 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 la.
Some stages to get through first.
Yeah.
He only talked about having the baby with her, but nothing about being together forever. Why does Ken avoid talking about their future? Why does he seem like he doesn't really want to be in a serious relationship with Gypsy? These don't seem like the actions of someone who is very much in love. It feels like Ken is just going along with things for now, but doesn't really want to be deeply involved. And Gypsy knows this, which is why she keeps repeating how perfect they are. Maybe she's hoping that if she says it enough, it will become true. Then there are the live streams. Live streams are where Gypsy and Ken talk to their fans online, and you can see them interact in real time. In one live stream, Gypsy is trying really hard to get Ken to talk to join in. She's smiling, laughing, and trying to make everything seem fun. But Ken just seems frustrated. He doesn't look like he wants to be there at all.
90. Drawer. Thank you, BC Beach.
Hanger.
Drawer. Because the middle drawer is the t-shirts.
Hanger.
Yeah, that's hanger.
Wait, this is mine.
Well, we do have the matching ones. So.
Yeah. Hanger.
That is hanger. We've been doing laundry all day, so.
We?
At one point, Gypsy calls Ken a child to try and tease him into joining the fun, but instead, Ken just looks more annoyed. He avoids talking, avoids eye contact, and you can feel the awkwardness. It's nothing like the perfect couple that Gypsy keeps talking about.
Remember when Kenzie used to be our couple nickname back in the day? Someone gave us the nickname Kenzie.
Who gave us that name?
I don't know, it was somebody that gave us that nickname. I don't remember. Remember when everybody was like mashing couples' names up together?
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was like the couple mash. All right, everybody, introducing the one and only,
Oh my
the
God.
Chad himself, Ken. All right, let me get closer.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, I'm just babbling. Thank you for the heart puff.
Gypsy's behavior in these moments seems like she's trying to make things look better than they are. She wants to show everyone they are happy and in love, but Ken doesn't play along. He seems tired of pretending. It makes you wonder if their love is as real as Gypsy says it is. Then why does Ken act this way? Christy, sometimes family can really affect relationships. Christy always seemed to want Ken to be with Gypsy. Even after Ken and Gypsy broke up at first time, Christy still thought Ken was the right person for her daughter. This was true even when Ken had some personal problems, like struggling with addiction.
Gypsy's first true relationship was Ken, where she experienced struggles and experienced laughter and experienced heartache. This is stuff that she had when they were still together. They lasted for about like 2 years, I want to say, and what I thought at the time is that he couldn't take the heat.
On the other hand, there was Ryan. Ryan was Gypsy's ex-husband, and he was never very close to Gypsy's family. He didn't try to get to know them or become part of their lives. This made things difficult, and it seems like Christy never really liked Ryan as much as he liked Ken.
I married Gypsy because that was the one for me. Like that was who I wanted to be with the rest of my life. And, and she wanted that. And, and as a prisoner, she has to set all that up. Like I can't talk to the chaplain. I can't do anything. Like she has to do all of that. So at any point she could have said, no, I don't want to get married. But, she went through with it. And we went through it. That's what we wanted. And then all of a sudden it wasn't.
Do you feel taken advantage of?
No, not really. I mean, I don't think I was used, but a lot of people say that I was used and abused and stuff like that, but I don't feel that from her. It's one of those that just life got.
This raises a question. Did Gypsy get back together with Ken because she wanted to? Or because her mom wanted her to? It almost feels like Gypsy is trying to make her mom happy by choosing Ken, even if he's not the best person for her. Is Gypsy really following her heart, or is she just doing what her family wants her to do? Gypsy also tries to change the way people see her past relationships. For example, when she talks about Ryan now, she's much nicer than she used to be. She says good things about him and praises him for being respectful. But just a little while ago, she was saying very different things, blaming Ryan and sharing their problems online for everyone to see. Why is Gypsy suddenly being nice to Ryan? It seems like she wants something from him. She needs him to help make the divorce easy, or to let her put Ken's name on the baby's birth certificate. It feels like she's being nice because it's convenient for her, not because she really wants to. Gypsy also talks a lot about how she and Ken were meant to be, and how they were robbed of a real chance the first time they were together. She tries to make it seem like they are destined to be together and that they deserve a second chance. But the truth is, they broke up for a reason, and the reason that Gypsy doesn't want to talk about. She's trying to make their love story sound perfect, even if it's not. So what do we really know about Gypsy Rose Blanchard's relationship with Ken? Gypsy is telling us a love story, a story about second chances and true love. But when you look closer, things don't add up. She keeps repeating the same words about love and happiness, almost like she's reading from a script. Does it feel real, or there's something missing behind her smile? Ken's actions don't match the story Gypsy is telling. He acts distant and uninterested. It's hard to believe in Gypsy's perfect love story when you see how Ken really behaves. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is someone who knows how to put on a show. She's been through a lot, and it's not always easy to tell what's real and what's just for show. So we have to keep asking questions. We have to look at the actions, not just the words, because sometimes what people don't say is more important than what people don't say. And when we look at Gypsy and Ken, we can see that things aren't as perfect as she wants us to believe. Maybe it's time to take a closer look at what is really happening and ask ourselves, is Gypsy telling the truth, or if this is all just another act?